Hello viewers, and welcome to another Doctor Who episode review. Today I'm reviewing The Faceless Ones, which is another missing story that got animated for DVD recently. It's a 6-part story with episodes 1 and 3 surviving, and it's a story that originally aired between the 8th of April to the 13th of May of 1967, and it's written by David Ellis and Malcolm Hulke. And obviously it stars Patrick Troughton as the Doctor, and Nick Wills as Polly, Michael Craig as Ben Jackson, Fraser Hines as Jamie McCrimmon. And what did I think of The Faceless Ones? Well, yet again, a bit like the Macra Terror, I didn't really know anything about this story really, and watching it, and it's been animated it's the same people that animated the Macra Terror. It's a brilliant story. I thought it was great. I really thought it was great. I loved the concepts, the plot, the location, even as something simple as a Gatwick Airport. And I just thought the whole story was really interesting, and with this being 6 parts and the Macra Terror being 4 parts, it wasn't a drag. It was, it kept me entertained, and I just thought the whole concept of the aliens, the chameleon aliens, and the chameleon tours airlines, and that sort of concept were quite captivating, really. How they've sort of like merged into Gatwick Airport, but they're really taking the flights up to their satellite in space, which is quite a good concept, and I really enjoyed that about that. And if you're wondering again how I watched this, I watched the full colour version. However, you might think this is a bit weird, but I did watch episode 1 with the original, how it originally looked, and I also watched episode 3 how it originally looked. I always like to watch, if there is anything, the proper real thing. And obviously with episodes 1 and 3 being like that, and obviously episodes 2, 4, 5 and 6 weren't, I went back and forth into the real, how it originally was, to the animated, then back to the real, then back to the animated. And it didn't confuse me or anything, because it's the same story, but I preferred doing that. And especially with the Patrick Troughton stories, because Patrick Troughton is the Doctor. He used a lot of facial expressions, and you know what I mean, don't you? Yes. So yeah, I watched it like that. It was just better for me as a viewer of Doctor Who. So yeah, the Faceless Ones, or I don't know what they're called, but yeah, I can't think now. But I'm gonna call them the Faceless Ones. They're basically taking the identities of, ordinary people that work at the airport and just normal passengers, until they got 50,000 new identities in their race. And they had the originals on Earth, and they also had originals on their satellite that got miniaturized and all that. And the whole point was that the originals won't be found, and they're gonna, once they've taken 50,000 people and converted them into them with the chameleon sort of way they do it, a bit like a Zygon, taking on their form and identity. They were gonna, I don't know what they were gonna do. They were gonna leave or something. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I can't think now. I've just watched it. But obviously, when the originals were found by the end of the story, the real people can come back, and the faceless race that got the identities obviously disintegrate. And I loved the concept of an alien taking an identity, a bit again, like I've said, like Zygons. But this was obviously they're different aliens, but this was a little bit different to Zygons in the way they were getting sort of a new identity, but keeping the body. And yeah, we haven't seen these aliens since. But I like the idea. I like the concept of Chameleon Tor's agency. Because it does sound like an airline, but it's chameleon obviously means blend into something or blend into the background, and that whole concept were brilliant. We didn't see that much of Polly and even Ben in this story. Obviously they got taken and converted and all that, but they were only in it episode 1, episode 2 and episode 6 right at the end. And obviously this is the story when they both leave because they want to stay in London, and obviously it leaves the Doctor and Jamie and their relationship, as I've seen from the episodes I've watched in season 5 and 6. They're a great TARDIS team. They really, really are. But yeah. What else is there to say? So yeah, it's a overall brilliant story, like I've said. All the characters were really, really good. It did kind of shock me that the inspector was like that the inspector that came in was the head of the Faceless Ones, and he was the guy in control of everything. I didn't even know that. That was great. And oh yeah, the other thing. This is it. In this story, I loved the way the Doctor was in certain scenes. Is you can tell Patrick Troughton's really got into his character and his version of the Doctor, and obviously you see that more in season 5 and 6. But this story, you do see him really get into it. Like when I say run, run, that was in there. And I also loved a little bit, when I think it was episode 2 when he came in and to get out of a situation he pretended he had like a bomb in his hand, and he says, "I will throw this," and he just passes it onto the head of the Gatwick airport, and he just ran off. And it was just a squashy ball. It was just little things like that with the second Doctor just makes me love him the best. He is my favourite. But yeah, yeah, I laughed at that bit. And with this one, I didn't really see it in the Macra Terror unless I missed it. But I did realise in episode 6 there were a couple of Easter eggs that I spotted. I saw, I know a couple of people mentioned this, but I saw a poster of Roger Delgado as the Master, as a wanted poster. I mean, it doesn't spoil the episode. It was quite a nice touch. And also, the one that I didn't even know about, which I just spotted, oh wow, was Magpie's Electricals, because that's not a throwback, but a throw forward to the 2006 Series 2 episode of The Idiot's Lantern with Magpie's Electrical Shop, which there were them TVs and the wire and all that. So that was also a nice touch to see. And yeah, I don't know what else to say now. But overall, Series 4, I know it's not over. I know I've got Evil of the Daleks next, but just now, overlooking season 4, it's a really good season. It's a brilliant season. Apart from the Smugglers and kind of the Highlanders as well, every other story's been really, really good. And I know that season 5 and 6 do get better with that, if you know what I mean. But yeah, the next one will be the Evil of the Daleks. I saw the loose canon of that a couple of years ago, and I remember it being very good. And I will be giving it another watch, and I will be reviewing it again. But I don't know if you know, this Evil of the Daleks and the Abominable Snowmen are both going to be animated for DVD next year, I think it is. So I will be reviewing it when we get the DVD release. So yeah, I'm gonna be comparing the loose canon with the actual animation, just to compare. It's nice to compare. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say really, other than it was a great story, and I want to know your opinions. Did you like this? Did you like the story? Did you like the animation? Are there any other stories you want to get animated in the next year or the year after? Please comment below. I really want to know what you think. And yeah, just as normal, comment, like, subscribe for more videos, and I'll hopefully see you in my next review. Bye.